What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video on my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about literally hookup culture and why it's so toxic and messes up with your mental health and fucks with your mind, body, soul. And actually, you know what? I read online that 78% of men or women and then 72% of men actually regret it afterwards. And then over 80% of people feel like shit and mental consequences and all this type of stuff. It's very depressing. And oh my god, I'm gonna literally try to talk in this video without crying, but it's actually, I don't know if it's Gen Z or whatever, but our age, and so I'm 24. I actually just turned 25 a few days ago, and that actually just shows that that's part of our dating, and hookup culture is a real thing and is still a thing. And I don't know if it's a new thing, but in America it's definitely prevalent in there. So it's pretty sad, and honestly I don't anymore like I used to, but I feel like I would cry afterwards and I would feel like shit, or I would catch feelings for him, and obviously he only saw me for sex or something or whatever it was. So I just feel like it's better for my mental health to not hook up and actually get to know someone for who they are, not just to sleep with them, which I feel like maybe most women and men do just for fun or whatever, and to get off and like totally do you, but stay clean and make sure you're okay and happy doing that. But honestly, I just kind of want to go over like why it's so toxic. And I feel like, in today's day and age, I feel like relationships blossom from getting to know someone, and just hooking up kind of confuses them. You start catching feelings. There's lust without actually getting to know who they are as a person, and it's just very toxic. And I don't know, like I just feel like, because yeah, normally I feel like once you hook up with someone, you release those hormones or that chemical in your brain where you're attached to them, right? I think mostly in women, but also men too. And I feel like, maybe most women do get attached after having sex, and I know I'm one of them. And I definitely had sex with a guy where I just feel like, oh, okay, like that just wasn't that it for me. But honestly, most guys, I did care for them, and I did have feelings for them. And knowing that that's who I am, I don't want to hook up anymore because I'm just gonna hurt myself in the end, especially if that's only what he saw with me. And so I just feel like as a woman, or, as a guy, you just have to protect yourself and your well-being, because like the statistics show that it's very toxic and messes with your mental health, and it's very draining, and it can really mess you up. And love is already hard as it is, and when you throw sex or hookup culture in the mix, it's just makes it even harder. And yeah, I don't want to cry. I always cry in my videos. But I just feel like a lot of guys have, and it's also my part because I kind of allowed myself to kind of just, hook up with them. And I kind of wish, because I am very upset with, I guess, my body count. I'm not going to say the number, but, there was times where I'd be okay with it. And then I would also, there was this one time that I wasn't okay with it. Well, I wanted to, like, he was very cute and I met him at the bar, and then I didn't hook up with him, and he was handsome. He was 6 foot over 6 foot tall, and like had muscles, and he was really cute and like super hot. And I met him at this country bar, and I honestly didn't hook up with him. And and I feel like that's all he wanted. Like, he didn't keep talking to me, or like, he would say he'd miss me here and there, but honestly, like, it never went anywhere. We never like hung out ever again, and I would try to text him, and I don't know, it was just, he'd text me a little bit. But anyways, it's just, I don't know, I feel like love is already so complicated, and hooking up with someone, especially someone that you just met, is it's hard. And and it's also, yeah, like I said, it messes up with your head, because it's like once you hook up with them, you like kind of like them, attached to, I don't know if you're attached to their body or how hot they are or like whatever, but like you aren't logically attached to who they are, their personality. That guy can be a piece of shit, but you just hooked up with him so you like him. So that just all comes in play, and all the chemical imbalances in your brain and whatnot. But yeah, so I don't really do hookups anymore. And when I do, I kind of just, I'm gonna cry. I kind of just accept the fact that it's gonna be hookup, because not that most men my age, I'm 25, want just sex, but a lot of them do, you know, and that's okay. But I just feel like sometimes, like, as a girl, you're more vulnerable because, you know, maybe you actually do care about them. And like, you know, like the last few guys I've hooked up with, I cared about them, or the last one I hooked up with, I really cared about him, and it just got confusing, and I got attached a little bit, or I cared about him, and it just kind of got weird, and, you know, and that's okay, because I just feel like we shouldn't feel bad for hooking up, especially because, like, you know, it is our chemical imbalance that releases that hormone that attaches to someone, and that's fine, you know, and we kind of just got accepted into this hookup culture that we didn't really plan to, or not, or whatever. But it's okay, and the fact that you just have to accept it and learn that, you know, you don't, this is how you feel after you hook up, so you're not going to do it again, or, you know, I'm not going to do it anymore because this is how, like, you know, this is what's going to happen, or like guys have just gone through me, whatever, or girls have just used me, whatever, you know. And it's honestly, but it gets confusing because it's also like sexual chemistry. Like, you have to have sexual chemistry with that person, because sex can be bad and you're just like, oh, what am I doing here? But that's actually what happened to one of the guys that I was with. Was like the emotional chemistry wasn't super there, but also the sexual chemistry wasn't there, so it was all bad. But I knew he was a good person deep down. So it just got complicated, and I had to end things, and it was hard, you know. But yeah, I feel like, first of all, one thing, get things straight, is just getting to know someone for who they are deep down, their heart and soul as a person first. And then once you kind of establish like a friendship level for a few months or whatever, and then get into the sexual chemistry and see if that's there. But yeah, I feel like if both things are there and it's good, then it could be a good relationship and can blossom into something great. But if one or the other is kind of missing, then that's where it gets tricky, and you kind of just have to work through that. And then if it's not working out, then that's where the turmoil and just goes south with the relationship or sexual chemistry, whatever. But yeah, so like I said, hookup culture is tough because that is part of our generation, and it's become normal. And it's not good because, yeah, because people are vulnerable, the people that actually care about that person after hooking up, or just things, and, you know, and like care, like likes the person. And but yeah, it's hard, you know. My body count, I'm not proud of it, and you know, I know my worth now, and I want us women to know our worth, and men, and just know that we should just be hopping on everybody that we meet and just opening our, like, whatever, and that we are worth more than our body and our soul and mind and heart and personality matters, and we want to find someone that gets to know us for us and not just our bodies. And yeah, like, you know, I feel like at the end of the day, you just have to love yourself, and someone's gonna see who you really are as a person, and not just hook up with you and use you for sex or money or whatever. But yeah, that's my thought on hookups. It's just toxic, and, you know, it can make you go crazy and all this type of stuff. And but yeah, I love you guys, and that is my thoughts on hookups. And I don't do anymore, and when I do, I kind of just put my head there. But I really don't, because I feel like I have to actually care about the person, and I kind of like their personality a little bit before hookup. Anyways, I don't know. But I love you guys. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. And yeah, mwah, I love you guys. Bye.